So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and I partner with Dana Hunter and Gary Knapp for many, many years now in bringing these calls for us to gather together in Manatech, Australasia. Today, we have a business focus call, and we're very privileged to have Ian Harvey from the UK. And a big thank you, an additional thank you for staying up to do this live. It's midnight in his world, and we're very appreciative, Ian. That's legendary. Now, just to give you a little bit about Ian's background, Ian has been associated with Manatech in corporate and associate for over 24 years. He was the first person to reach gold presidential in Europe, and he's been mentored by some of the top motivational speakers in the world, including Mr. Les Brown and Brian Tracy. He made a decision to leave corporate behind to build an associate business for his retirement fund with a focus in achieving Platinum Director. He has designed many training programs and is featured in many live events. With a keen business mind, Ian puts his success down to a couple of things: a laser focus and building a strong belief within his team that you can have anything you want if your why is strong enough. So Ian, I'm very grateful you stayed up late for us, and I'm looking forward for your education. I'm going to sit back off camera and listen and learn.
Okay, thank you. Thanks everyone for coming to the event tonight. I have to apologise. And the reason I have to apologise is I don't have a tie on. And that's because the UK decided today to have a heat wave. And in my office at the moment where I'm sitting, it's over 100 degrees. So I thought if I left tie on, I'd probably end up in a puddle of water, and that'd be no good to you whatsoever. So I just do apologise for that. But yeah, the one thing that's really, really exciting about Manatech for me is the phenomenal results that we get from the product. But I always bear in mind is that if we didn't have people talking about it, it would be a completely different situation. And how I got involved with Manatech is I got a phone call saying, hey, you need to come and have a look at these products. They're really good. I did have a condition at the time that was not quite good. And I said, no, said absolutely not. And then they rang me again, second time, absolutely not. On the fourth time of them ringing me and saying, you really need to come and look at this business and these products, I thought I will just go to prove them wrong. And that's what I went there for, was purely to actually prove them wrong. And also so they would stop calling me up. And I decided I'd go, and that would be the end of it. Well, I actually went to this meeting and I listened, and I was quite surprised because people were saying they had some great wellness results from these products. And other people were actually saying, you know, some people were saying, like, I get some good checks from these products. And this was all quite interesting. But I thought, no. And I decided I'll take the products for 28 days. And at the end of 28 days, I'll just tell everyone, you know, this doesn't work. Because my consultant at the time was saying, you know, it doesn't work. It can't work. You've got a health challenge and this won't work. Well, I have to say, I didn't get to the 28th day to tell them the products didn't work, because I took the product, and before it got anywhere near the 28 days, things started to change. And by the time I got to 28 days, I thought I must be sick because I've got no symptoms now at all. And so my wellness program journey just took off from there. I just then traveled the whole world, just telling everyone. And, you know, some people are going to ask, you know, what education do you need to build a business with this company? And the answer is that is not very much. Because what a lot of people think is they think, oh, we've got to become a doctor. Well, I can tell you that all I used to do was say to people, if you've got a pulse and you can swallow, you need to try and take these products. And that was as much as I knew about them. And I went out as far as Japan and throughout the whole world, it would appear, just talking to people with exactly the same message and transforming lots of people's lives. But I did get to gold presidential in Europe, but I had a situation personally which meant I had to relinquish the business. Then I went to corporate for a while, and I decided, you know, I've only got a few years left to go. And so if I've got a few years left to go, I better boost this pension fund up. So I no more corporate, and I decided, give me a pack, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it again. So if you like, I'm on my second time round. And our goal, my team goal, as you can see, is Presidential Express. And my team goal is that by the end of this year, the team will be a platinum team. and we're on focus for it. We're absolute laser focused, and anyone can do this. But I think some of it's a mindset and some of it's how we position ourselves. So the one thing I say for sure is that I have fun with it. I've seen so many people over the years who stress about it, when the reality is we give people a choice to either say yes or no. That's as simple as it is and as complicated as it is. One thing I will share with you, though, if anyone says to me, people used to say to me, Ian, think outside the box. The reality is I've had a body scan from top to bottom. I do not have any box inside me, so I can't think outside the box because I don't have a box. And the reality is none of us have a box. What we should be doing, we should be looking inside for the box ourselves, which is hence there isn't a box, but there are some opportunities missed because we put barriers up to our own success. Now, there's always questions that come up, and what I'm going to do now for a few minutes is I'm going to actually talk you through how I share this opportunity with some of the valid points, because we know people are going to ask us certain points. I always tell everyone, when you join the business, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to your friends, your families, your aunts, your uncles, the people you care about the most, and you need to share these products with them. Now, the big question is if I share these products with people in my family, my close environment, and they don't work, it's pretty embarrassing then, isn't it? It's awkward. And I would say, yes, it is in most cases, but not within Manatech, because Manatech offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And it ranges by different countries, but up to 128 days satisfaction guarantee. That means you can tell your friends, your aunts, your uncles, whoever you want to, go and tell, who you care about, because if they say, hey, it didn't work, I want my money back, you can say, that's absolutely fine. So you don't lose out. Now, I know for sure if you were to walk down the high street in the UK and go into one of these stores that sells all these vitamins and minerals, and you go in there and you say, hey, can I try this product? And if it didn't work, can I bring it back and get my money back? Well, I can tell you, they will say to you, you need something for your head, because we are not giving you your money back. You crack it, it's yours. We don't say you're going to get a result. We don't say you get any benefits whatsoever. And so Manatech stands out from the crowd, and we should celebrate that. We should go to the people close and dearest to us. Now, I always tell people up front, there's a few questions I know people are going to ask. And one of them, what they're going to be thinking about, is like, how much does it cost? People ask, how much does it cost? Or they're thinking it. So I actually say, right at the beginning of the presentation, you're probably going to wonder how much this actually costs. Yeah? And they're like, yeah, I was thinking, how much does it cost? Well, my answer always is, well, for most people, it's less than a cappuccino a day. Now, here's what really happens is people say, how much does it cost? And people go like, £120. Said, oh, how much did it cost? £100. How much? £100. Whoa, I can't afford £100. And so immediately you're on the wrong foot. Now, when you say to people, it's going to cost you less than a cappuccino a day, people think, yeah, I can afford that. And if you go down the high street, I don't know whether it's the same in Australia, but it is in most of the rest of the world. We have this really big coffee brand. I can't tell the names of it. I'm not allowed to, but it starts off with a star and it will give you a buck. Anyway, it's a big coffee brand. And now, if you actually have just one cup of coffee a day from there, which people have 1 to 2, that's going to cost you £140 a month. But they don't tell you that. When you walk in the store, they don't say, welcome to this company. It's going to cost you £140 to have coffee for the next 30 days. They don't say that. All you get to know is it's going to cost you £4. Now, here's where the difference has got to, because when I first started talking about Manatech, I actually used to say, oh, it's equivalent to a cappuccino and a sandwich a day. Well, because these coffee shops have raised their money so much, we don't have to use the sandwich bit now. It's equivalent to a latte or cappuccino a day. So it really is a really, really good buy. Now, you might say, but at some point, Ian, you've got to tell people how much it is. It's like, it's all right saying, oh, how much can it cost? Well, less than a cappuccino a day. What that does at that point in time, that relaxes everyone. So everyone's thinking, okay, that's nothing. And then when we go through the presentation, if you're doing a good presentation, by the time you get to the end of it, they're going to have it at any price. And so it's like, I've never found it difficult, but I've always been upfront. I always ask these questions, money back guarantee. I talk about how much does it cost upfront. And then I've got the awkward situation, but never be afraid. You go down to any of these pick the junk food stores up, which I don't go to, but I guarantee you it'll be £6, £7, or maybe even £8 to actually eat there. So Manatech products are really, really, really good value. And now the question I always say to other people is, so you're probably wondering, how much am I going to earn? And my reply is, and unfortunately, I can't tell you. And the reason I can't tell you is because of this. Let's assume that you sell, where's my camera? Let's assume that you sell a bottle of product to someone. And at the end of the month, when the check comes, you've earned £10 off that person. But have you really earned £10? And the answer is no. The reason being is the majority of our customers sign up for subscription. So that means that every month, this product gets shipped out to them. Every month, you earn that £10. So it's £10 after £10 after £10 after £10. So that one product could actually end up earning you hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. Now, if you imagine if people had 2, 3, 4 products, or you introduce some more people, that's why I can't tell you how much you're going to earn, because it's actually unlimited. It's exactly, the more people you speak to, the more you're going to earn. So tell people up front. And my greatest one, I love this one completely, is people always ask me, do we get involved in social selling? The answer is yes. But most people don't know what social selling is. So let me give you my explanation, which I share with everyone. If you were to go to the cinema tomorrow and watch the movie, and I think we've got something like Barbie or something on at the moment, I don't know. Anyway, let's assume that it's Barbie. Yeah? You go, you watch the cinema, you watch Barbie, you come out, you tell everyone, oh, that was absolutely amazing. You should go and see it. It's phenomenal. And then everyone you talk to goes and watches this film in the cinema. They all come out and duplicate. They tell everyone, hey, it's incredible. It's amazing. You need to go and see that. Before you know it, the cinema is full. Night after night after night after night, it's full. And you've recommended people to go there, but you haven't been rewarded. Now, you might say, well, what on earth has that got to do with Manatech? Let me tell you what's got to do with Manatech. Manatech is very similar. You take the product, you say, you know, I like this. You start sharing with other people, say, you got to try these products. They keep telling people, you got to try these products. It's exactly the same. The only difference is every time someone tries the product, you get paid. So it's an absolutely phenomenal business model that's been run and tested years and years and years ago. And it's just about people talking to people, sharing with people. Social selling, I love. I absolutely love, because, you know, it's the easiest way for us to talk about, you know, how do we build a business while just talking to people, just recommend people. Let's just talk to people, because we know they're going to get a great result on the product. Something else I want to talk to you about is something called popcorn. Now, I don't know if you know what popcorn is, but if you go to the cinema, you get a big box full for about, I don't know, a mortgage, and you can have a box. It's popcorn anyway. You might say, what's popcorn got to do? If you put popcorn into the microwave, it has to go in there for 3 minutes. If you've actually put it in and you open the door during that period of time, shut the door, start it again, open, shut the door, after 3 minutes, you'll have no popcorn. It doesn't work like that. It needs intense heat, pressure all the time. For 3 minutes, you get your popcorn. What on earth has that got to do with this business, you're probably thinking? Well, the reality is we talk to people about this business, and we may get one or we might get 2 people say, hey, that's incredible. I'm going to run with you. What we do then is we open the microwave door. We stop the process, because we think, hey, I've got 2 people now. They're going to be amazing. And I could count, I wouldn't have enough fingers how many people have said to me, this is it, this is going to be incredible, I am going to go and build the biggest business ever. And you never hear from them again. And I had one this week, this guy I met last week, he said, this is for me, this is absolutely incredible, you know, and it's like, and now I'm sort of a bit older in the tooth, so it's great. Anyway, and then I tried to ring the guy up because we had a set appointment to follow up on, and he blocked me. So he paid for a pack and then blocked me. And it's like, he's going to be the big hit for the, so what you have to do is this, is you can't keep stop and starting, because what you don't do now hurts you in 3 months' time. But there is so much information out there, and it's so easy to actually get to. I'm just going to show you, if I can, something that I use. It's one of these platforms, but it's called StreamYard. Let me see if I can just bring it up for you, because if the one message I give you today is get involved in this new technology, because this new technology is absolutely making a massive difference in people's businesses. Let me just see if I can just show you this. Yes, okay, I think you should be able to see that now. Yes, so this is called something called StreamYard. With StreamYard, and it costs something like around about $30 a month. I can live stream as much as I want to. I can do recordings, and I can do live broadcasts on webinars as well. And then this is how simple it is. You get your documents together, and if you pick up the library, and we can see now, here's two that are currently running. These are two of my platforms that are currently running. And so you always have to just think one step ahead, because in England they actually say, oh, it's always in American. You know, so that's okay. I don't care, but people do. So what I actually did, I did a duplicate one. So I've got one, it's American language, and one in English language, you know, and they go out at different times. So here's what we do. If we actually want to program this one here, for example, we just go down here and it's asking you schedule a live stream. So we'll do that. And you can do on this one up to 10 platforms in one go. So I'll just do Facebook for this one here. So this goes out to Facebook. And I'm going to set it, well, it's set for 3:30 this morning UK time. And now what I do now is press that button. Okay, and now you see that is programmed already. So at 3 o'clock, UK time in 2 hours time, it's going to go live and it's just going to play. I don't have to do anything about it whatsoever. And you can program as many of these as you want to into it. It can't hurt you. And so the more you can actually program, you can set different times. So we'll schedule this one, and we'll just run it on Facebook again. You'll just change it to 6:30 or 7 a.m., 7:20. So that's two schedules now of two different programs that are going to run. And it is so easy to use on these platforms. I have never known so many people be so scared about them. And there's nothing to it, you know, it's pretty easy. And this is not a program to try and sell you StreamYard or any other platform. But what I would say, you know, if you're scared, if you're running scared about it, don't be. Don't actually run scared from it, because these things are where you can constantly, I will put between 30 to 50 of those adverts going out. Every week I'll program 30 to 50. It's geared up for in the mornings, by mornings, it's geared up for the UK market. In the afternoon, probably about 5 o'clock, it's actually geared up for the American market, you know, and the European market. So you can just program it and go to bed, and these adverts just run. Now, here's something I'll share with you, because if you're advertising on Facebook, what you want to do is say to people, direct message me. Because what I discovered was happening is people like write in the chat if you're interested. I was ringing these people up in the chat and they're saying, oh, someone's already rang me. I've already joined this company, you know? And it's like, hang on a second. Now, so someone's getting very smart and looking at where we're advertising. So now I say, DM me or email me. And they do. It comes through fine, you know, but it's just one of those things where, you know, this technology is not to be scared from. And it just means that you can have a business that's out there with adverts running. And the adverts are no longer than 2 minutes, by the way. You have to keep them under 2 minutes because people lose their attention. But I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's quite important. Now, the other thing you need to actually watch out for is something called the quicksand crowd. And I just have to have a shout out to the people of Portugal who are in my business, and they're for them it's 1:20 in the morning, and they're joining this call. So good morning to you in Portugal that's joining us right now. So Here we go. There's a thing called quicksand, and you don't know if you've had it before. It's if you stand in it, it sucks you in and pulls you down until eventually it will suffocate you. And that's called quicksand. Well, I want to talk about something else. Quicksand crowd, a crowd of people. And these are the people that are always going to tell you it never works. I experienced this when I first got involved in this industry, because I left school at the age of 16, didn't really know what I wanted to do, turned 17 pretty quickly. I messed around at school. I didn't actually go for it. It sort of bored me, but I'm not allowed to say that. Anyway, so I left I left school, and my mum lived at home at the time, and the mums run the houses. So what are you going to do for a job? And I said, well, I'm interested in this network marketing sort of thing. She said, that'll never work. People don't make any money at it. She'd never experienced it, never been out there whatsoever, but she was having none of it. She said, you need to go and get yourself a proper job. So anyway, I said, well, I'm going to see this meeting tonight, just see what it's all about and what have you. And I went, and I got home just after 11. As I went up the drive, I noticed the light was still on. Well, that means my mum's up. If the light's on, my mum's up. And why was she up? Because she was going to grill me. She was going to find out what I'd been seeing and all that. So I said to her, you're right, I decided I'm going to get myself a proper job. And she actually said her words were, thank God for that, at least you've listened. Then she said, what is the job? I said, network marketing. Well, I can't tell you what she said next, but she was not that happy to endorse it at first. She was fine a few years in when she's seen the results, but at first it was like, I didn't know that night whether I had a bed to sleep in or I was sleeping outside the house. I did not know. But it's not just individuals. Most people who aren't prepared to go out there and do the work, they'll tell you, oh, that doesn't work. And if you say, have you ever done it? As I know. Oh, what do you base that on? Well, someone told me. Okay. You have to watch out for the quicksand crowd, because they destroy you. They pull you down and pull you down and pull you down until they can suffocate. And you say, I surrender. I'm going to sit at home all day doing nothing, going broke. The question I always say to people when they say, oh, this person said this and this person said that, and I said, that's okay. Are they going to pay your check at the end of the month? Are they going to pay your rent? Are they going to pay your mortgage? No. Okay. Well, would you rather have an opportunity where you've got a chance of doing that? So you have to watch out for the quicksand crowd. The other one that you need to watch out for is plan B. Plan B. Listen carefully. Plan B. How many people have a plan B? Most people. Well, plan B is just an excuse to fail at plan A, because you should say a plan that's absolutely there. Plan A, no plan B, you've got no excuse. You cannot fail because this is your only chance. And if I was to say to anyone today, I guarantee you, if I said to anyone today, listen, go and recruit 5 people tomorrow with an order, and I will give you 1,000 English pounds. I guarantee you, if someone said that to me right now, I'll say, you wait there, I'm off. I could find 5 people. I could find 5 people with an order, and I would take £1,000 off someone. But the reality is that happens for real. You go and recruit 1, 2, 3, 4 people, you look after them, and over a period of time, you will earn more than £1,000 from them. But a lot of people are too locked in. They're absolutely too locked into plan B. You know, what you need to do is you need to set your goal. You need to be laser focused. And you actually say, okay, I'm going to burn the boat. I'm going to actually pull up the drawbridge. I'm actually going to throw the keys away. I either make it or I don't. But I guarantee you, you will make it. When you've got that sense of urgency, like there's no U-turn. Because, you know, you can't change history. So there's no good looking backwards, because you can't change history. You create it, but you can't change it. And so when people say, what's your plan B? So I don't have one. It's just an excuse to fail. Because what happens when plan B fails? Go to plan C. You see, it's all one of these things. It's all about what's up here. What I actually strongly suggest is that you have a garage sale. Have a garage sale tomorrow. You might think, well, how am I going to organize a garage sale tomorrow? Have a garage sale in your mind. Get rid of all the junk. Get rid of all the negative programming. If people are around you watching the television for 18 hours a day, cut them loose. Absolutely cut them loose. because we all know that 5% of people earn 95% of the money. And the other 95% of the people are watching television. So it works. We have a choice. For me, like, does my goal scare me? Yeah. Platinum by Christmas? Yes. But Les Brown said, if your goal doesn't scare you, it's not a proper goal. This scares me. But I tell you what, we were going to do it because we are so laser focused. We don't have a plan B. So don't have a plan B. Have a garage sale in your mind. Get all the junk out. But here's the question. You get the junk out, you've got a hollow. You've got to start putting good stuff back in. You've got to start feeding back in. Read the books. Get online. And you know, there is so much out there free now, so it's no longer an excuse. It really isn't. But you've got to dress for success. And people say, oh, yeah, I always look smart and all that sort of stuff, you know, and like, normally I'm a bit shaven, but like I've been up 18 hours today. But anyway, normally it's like, okay. But the reality is we're not on about that. We're on about dress for success in your mind. Keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it. Have a spring clean, have a spring clean. Keep feeding, keep feeding. Just keep yourself topped up. And you, I guarantee you, if you actually focus and work on yourself for 30 days where you really, really give it everything, I guarantee you down the road, you'll be a presidential at least, if that's what you want to be. Not everyone wants to be a presidential, I fully understand that. But whatever goal it is, whatever you're looking for, it's there. You've just got to get that belief. You've got to get rid of the quicksand crowd. Control, Alt, Delete. Boom. Control, Alt, Delete. Boom. Get rid of them. You don't need them in your life. They're not your friends. The people are telling you it can't be done. They're not your friends. They're not going to pay your mortgage. They're not going to pay your rent. When you retire with no money in the bank, they're not going to say, hey, let me fund you. But don't be the one that actually says, you know, hey, if only I had. Because I hear so many people, if only I had. And here's something I want you to ask, just something, answer it yourself. I want you to imagine this. You go down to Florida or somewhere in Australia, it's nice and warm. You pick an orange off the tree. You bring it into the breakfast room and you squeeze it. Now, when you squeeze it, no one else has touched it. What do you think is going to come out of that orange? Most people say, oh, orange juice. And I'm like, no. Squeeze the orange, apple juice is going to come out. Now, you're all saying, okay, you're up in the middle of the night doing this call for us. I think you're losing it. Squeeze the orange. Who believes apple juice can come out of it? And the answer really is no one, because it can't. If you squeeze an orange fresh off the tree, you're going to get orange juice through and through. The question I asked you is, if you were to squeeze yourself, would you ooze with Manatech? What would happen if you squeeze yourself? Because a lot of people come to these meetings, come to the training programs, yeah, put it on the top shelf and never think about it again, or walk away and say, that will never happen for me. Squeeze yourself. So squeeze yourself. It's been said that if you cut me, I would bleed Manatech. And I probably would. And that's how you want it. If you want anything, you can have it. The one thing I do have to remind you all, though, is anything we talk about tonight, go back to your upline and speak to them about their strategy and don't just implement any of this. I did admit that from the very beginning, sorry, but you need to go back to whoever invited you to this call today. The other thing is, like, put your oxygen mask on first. And you might say, well, how's that work then? That means, like, make sure that you are tooled up. Before you go out there talking to people, make sure that you've sat down with your upline, gone through the compensation plan, gone through the basics, know what you're talking about, to give them at least a bit of a chance. Because if people don't invest in themselves, then there's always going to be a chance you're going to sit down with someone, you're not going to know nearly all the answers they're going to ask you. And as a result of that, they're probably not going to join your business. So put your own oxygen mask on first. And I mean, they say an aeroplane, don't they? They say, oh, you know, if the mask falls down, put your own on first. Well, if a plane is coming down like that, so I don't think it matters too much whether you put your oxygen mask on or someone else's. Anyway, we'll say put your mask on first. But in our business, it's important. And the thing is, you don't have to become a doctor. We have so much information in the library. We have so much information from Dr. Nugent, who's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. We have so much information. You don't need to be the doctor. You don't need to be the doctor. What I would say, though, and I've got just a couple of points to share with you. What I would say, though, is that if you're going and showing this business for the first time, make sure you get involved with your upline and let them do the first few presentations. Here's the reasons why. And you go to learn. And here's the reasons why. Because let's say you empty the trash, but you want that burning iron. I've seen lots of people who are really out in their luck and come back. Let's assume you go around the homes collecting the trash and you say to some of your friends, hey, I've really got involved with this brand new business. It's my own business. It's incredible. They're going to say, you collect the rubbish. And now you want me to join your business? It doesn't fit. But if you actually went to them and said, hey, I really would appreciate your help on something. And they're saying, what? Say, well, look, I've got involved with this new business. I don't know a lot about it, a great deal about it whatsoever, but I would really value your opinion. Would you sit in on a call with me and this other person, listen to what they've got to say, and at the end of it, would you give me your feedback? But I only want you to do it if you give me your honest feedback. And I keep saying, I'm sorry, don't you worry, I'll give you honest feedback. I don't know what a woman said. She probably said, yeah, I'll give you honest feedback. The reality is then it's down to your upline to help you. They've forgot about you being a bin man. Now they're focusing on what they're about to hear. And you'll be surprised how that changes because they don't know who that person is who you've just brought them to. So it's really, really useful. Use your upline, and think about it. Think if you're on the receiving end, think about it. You're on the receiving end and you collect the rubbish and someone comes to the door and says, hey, I want to be in your business. It's not going to happen. So use your upline. It's really, really important. Now, here's a couple of things just before I wind this up. Things are changing. The biggest, let me see, I've gotten the biggest hindrance to stop you building your business right now is this. That is stopping you from building your business. It's called a phone. Now, when I first got involved in this business, it was the television. We used to say to people, don't watch too much television, but people sit there and watch their television, and for those people, they're probably still watching their television right now, and they're probably like, not having the best life. This is actually scares me more. Absolutely scares me more. And the reason it scares me more is because of this. Not many people walk down the street with their television on their shoulders. They're like, hey, I've got my television with me. So only watch it when they're at home. With the cell phone, it travels with you all the time. And I have seen so many people, they have these things, they've got the head down, scrolling. People just spend the whole thing. Do you know what? If I was to actually look for a new business opportunity or set my own business up, I'd set it up with neck collars. Because so many people are walking around like this, tapping. Their neck muscles are going to go. So in a few years' time, everyone's going to be walking around like this, cell phone or not. They'll be like, hey, what up to my neck? And look, this is the true story. Where I live in a small village, this guy was like doing this, texting and sort of thing. He actually walked into a post, hit his head, and had to have the ambulance. And that's because he's walking, scrolling. That phone is important to us, but it's also horrendous for us. So what you need to do is you need to do what you need to do on your phone, put it in the drawer and get on with the business. Otherwise, you're going to start there and something will pop up and something could pop up and something could pop up and you'll end up, the day's gone and you've done nothing. Nothing at all because you've been scrolling all day. And now here's how this really impedes our business. We have 4 daughters and we did a test. And they're all sort of same sort of ages, a couple of years between them all. And I said, I want to put this on your Facebook. They have like thousands of girls, they're all her friends on there. And so we put on there, you would never believe what happened to me, full stop. She had over 300 people saying, oh, are you okay, babe? Do you want me to come round? Or what's happened? And she had over 300 of these messages, 300. We then, a week later, to an older daughter, 3 years older, and we put the message on there again. You would never believe what's happened to me. I got a new job. Less than 5 people wrote on a wall. And that just proves that people have got all this spare time to live in the drama. If they put that much energy into their business, it would be incredible. I'm going to tell you just one little story now. I'm going to tell you a story about a pastor. And this pastor was out in the township and they was having a drought. And he got everyone together and said, guys, he probably didn't say guys, but he said something anyway. Said, we have a problem. If we don't get some rain in the next few days, we're all going to die. The drought is here. There's no water left. We've been dehydrated. It's over 100 outside. And it said, who believes that if we pray, then we can make it rain? They're like, yes, we can make it rain. Yes, 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 yes. He said, okay, Sunday, 10 o'clock, be at the church. We're going to pray for rain. He got there on Sunday. People were hanging out the windows. The church was full. He fought his way to the front. And he said, I need to ask a question. Who believes if we pray, we can make it rain? Yes, 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 yes. One last time. Yes, 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 yes. He said, okay, so I've just got one other question to ask you. If you believe you can make it rain, then why has no one brought an umbrella with them? Because obviously no one expects to get wet. And that's very typical of our business. It's like, yes, 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 yes. And my final point is this. I believe that Manatech has one of the best opportunities out there. We pay 41% out. And don't be scared if you just joined this business for the first time today and you think that what I've been talking about a bit heavy duty. It probably is if you only just joined, but piecemeal it. Take just one idea from it. Speak to your upline. It's just ground stuff. But here's the thing. I believe Manatech does have the best opportunity. We know we've got the best products. We pay out 41%. When you're talking to other people, they're always going to tell you the grass is greener. Come over, the grass is greener. It's a much better opportunity. What they don't tell you is that underneath their green grass is a load of manure. That's what makes their grass go greener, the manure, not the business. So if you're looking for an opportunity, if you want a long-term opportunity, I've been here, I think it's actually 27 years. And I still got the energy and the passion, even though I'm an old man, to get up, or I'm not going to bed yet, to be here 1 o'clock in the morning, because I have a passion for sharing the business. When you have a passion for sharing the business, it doesn't matter when you want me to speak, I'm going to speak. Because I want people to hear about this technology. I want people to really grasp exactly what Manatech has to offer. Because it truly is a phenomenal opportunity. No doubt about it whatsoever. And always remember, when someone asks you to join their opportunity, think about what's under their grass. And on that note, I'm handing back to Sharon.
How very well said, Ian. What a pro you are. And all that history with Manatech, looking around the room here, there's a lot of people with more than 20 years commitment to this great company as well. So you're in good company. There are a couple questions. I can't remember the name of that video portal that you mentioned, something ground?
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Yes.
Ground yard. And there was a question about how you give the script to the AI that you want them to say.
Right. So Manatech offer you that. You can get into an AI within Manatech. But otherwise, I generally pull my own scripts together. And then it's just a case of, it actually really is a case of copy and pasting it into the AI, which I use AI a lot from very different lots of programs. But you can just program it in yourself, or you can just copy and paste it straight in.
Awesome. And there's a lot of gratitude in the chat, Ian, for you illuminating the heart and soul of Manatech and the power that we have in not only our partnerships in business, but in our technology that's life-changing. So, and also we had Sarah Louthan last week. So, the very heart and soul around the M5M Foundation. So God bless you. Thank you very much for staying up late for us. And I know this is a call that will keep on giving for us.
No, you're absolutely fine. Anytime, I'm always here. I have passion for this business. You need me to come back and do something else, just let me know and I'll do it.
Awesome. Well, we'll hold you to that. We've still got the whole rest of 2024 to go.
Yeah, yes, that's fine.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so very much, Ian.
You're welcome.